Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making Captain America's gloves from Captain America the First Avenger. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so right now we're going to be cutting out the Gauntlet piece, or this piece right here. And there's this one right here, which is this piece without the middle. And then there's the middle piece, which is this piece right here. And then there's the top piece, which is this right here. And then I just cut out 2 of these, but you just need 1, and then just like put it as long as you need it, which is the strap right here to make the wrist a little bit tighter. So yeah, let's trace these and cut them out. I just cut out the top strap piece, which is right here, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I just cut out the outside piece of the bottom of the gauntlet, which is this piece, and this is what it looks like. Okay, just cut out the middle, and this is what it looks like. Okay, this is what the strap looks like all cut out. Now let's sew all these pieces together to create this gauntlet, and then we will sew together this. Okay, we're going to be sewing the gauntlet piece, and right now, at the moment, we're going to be sewing, let me get it into the frame here, hold on. We're going to be sewing these pieces right here. So, let's do that. You're just gonna get them and then put them over each other. So the marker piece, the marker line is showing on both sides. Then we're going to flip it inside out afterwards. So let's sew them. Okay, so for sewing, you're going to want to use the smallest straight stitch that your machine's got, just because it looks cosmetically the nicest one. And then you're going to want to use the correct color thread for your fabric, so you have a brown thread for brown fabric, because if you end up having to sew the thread over the fabric and it's the wrong color, then that'd be you'd have a problem there. So yeah, just always remember, use the same colored thread for the fabric. So let's sew this. Okay, so once you have the first piece sewn, it should look like this. Now you're just going to want to move the fabric so you have it again like we did before, and then we're going to sew the other side. So let's do that right now. Okay, so if you sewed it correctly, it should look something like this, and it should fit on your arm. Okay, so now we're going to be sewing the top strap, which is this piece right here. So what you're going to want to do is hem each side, and then we're just going to sew it on here. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, now if you did this correctly, you should end up with something like this. Now what we're going to be doing next is adding the strap here to the wrist. So yeah, let's do that right now. Okay, so if you did that correctly, you should end up with something that looks like this, and then the other side. Now what we're going to do right now is add Velcro on this edge so it can make the wrist tighter. So let's do that right now. Okay, so now we're going to be sewing on the clips right here. So what you're going to need for that is just a parachute buckle here. A 1-inch one is what I'm using. And then you're going to want to cut small strips of fabric to go right in there. And then you're just gonna want to sew a line through there. And then you're just gonna want to sew it on the edges of the top piece right here. So yeah, let's do that right now. Okay, so if you did everything right, you should end up with something that looks like this on the front and the back with the Velcro. Okay, Now let's go sew the gloves. Okay, so here I'm just cutting out the template for the glove. And what you're going to want to do here is just trace your hand and then add just a little bit. But what I did is I just made it extremely big because you could always make it smaller, but you can't make it bigger. So, yeah. Okay, so here I'm just cutting out the gloves. I'm just tracing the template onto the fabric, and I'm using a rotary cutter, and I have a self-healing mat under there. And it's super simple stuff. Just go pretty slow, and you should be fine to cut it out. And then you just need to cut out 4 of those for the gloves. Okay, so here I'm just sewing some extenders on the gloves in the middle so that my fingers can fit well and comfortable and they're not very tight. It's just like a long rectangle and then you just add them, sew them in the middle of the glove. So okay, so here I'm just sewing the gloves, and after I added the extenders, I'm just sewing on the other side, and then I am finishing it up, so yeah. Okay, so once you're done sewing your glove, it should look something like this pretty much. Now let's sew it to the gauntlet. Okay, so here I'm just pinning the gloves to the gauntlet. Okay, so once you're done sewing that, it should look a little something like this. Now let's go weather it. Okay, so the way that I do the weathering is I just get like a brown, like a normal brown, and that matches this dark brown on the top, kind of. And then I get a lighter brown here, that kind of matches this. And then I sort of just do the dark brown on the light spot and then the light brown on the dark spot and just put it on the high spots pretty much. So let me show you what that looks like. Just put some paint. Then you just get it and you just like put it on all the spots that you think there would be dirt. Once it dries, it gets a lot darker, so yeah. Okay, let me weather that. Okay, so here I'm just weathering the gloves, and I'm just using the dark brown paint on the light brown fabric and the light brown paint on the dark brown fabric. And don't be afraid to put it on to weather it, it's fine. Okay, so once you've weathered the gloves, they should look a little something like this. And yeah. Okay guys, so I just finished the gloves 100%, sewed them, cut them, and weathered them. And I realized I didn't show you guys what they looked like on me. This is what they look like on me. And then here's the weathering, like this is some of the weathered spots, and then I did the buckle there. This is the front. This is the back pretty much. And the velcroed bits right here and right here. The strapped bits or the buckle right here and right here. And yeah, I'm honestly quite happy with these. Gloves are one of my least favorite things to do, so I figured might as well get them out of the way as the second thing in the build. So yeah, I mean, they took all day. They took a whole day, but yeah, I mean, it was worth it. I have the gloves for the suit, and yeah. So if you liked the video or found it informative in any way, don't forget to hit the like button because it really helps me out. And come back next week to see how you guys can make your own helmet from Captain America the First Avenger. And New videos go live every single Friday. And don't forget to subscribe if you like my content and would like to see more. Bye, guys.